Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today we are doing a full face of drugstore makeup. The best of the best at the drugstore because the economy right now, in the toilet. So yeah, I understand if you can't go and spend a million, thousand, kajillion dollars on makeup. So let's get into it. Skin prep, skin prep, skin prep. I feel like I've preached it a million times. Every time I come on here and do my makeup, it's always about skin prep because your makeup is only as good as the base underneath. I have oily, dehydrated skin. So my skin gets oily, but it is somehow also dry. So I like to use a lot of gel, serums, water creams, lightweight products that add moisture, but don't over clog or over bare the skin, if that makes sense. You want to put moisture back in your skin without making it feel like there's a layer over your skin, if that makes sense. So this is the Thayer's Milky Toner, and I love this for all skin types, to be honest with you, oily or dry. This is amazing. The texture is unlike I've ever felt before. This is fragrance-free and alcohol-free if the road is too heavy, and it just drinks up into your skin. I'm going to add these. These are the Thirst Burst drops, which I love. They add a beautiful glow to your skin, a slight tackiness, but also hydrates your skin. My favorite drops, period. High-end, drugstore, anything. I literally love them so much. I use them almost every time I do my makeup. I've gone through like 90 bottles of this. This is such an amazing product, and this is good for, again, all skin types. I kind of am trying to make this good for everyone all around who can come to this video, or anyone who does come, find a product that they find suitable for their skin, or maybe it's the whole routine. Maybe it's just the skin prep. Maybe it's the foundation. Maybe it's the blush. Whatever it is, I just want to help you find something that is within your price range, but also good, because we do not have funds to be spending willy-nilly, because girl, economy is in the toilet, okay? Okay, hair has to go up. I've realized we're ponying it. My skin almost has a glow but looks dry because that is our skin prep. There is no film on our skin. There's nothing like feeling like there's cream on our skin. It doesn't feel like we have a ton of moisturizer. We just feel nice, glowy, and hydrated. The Jelly Pop Primer, I'm not sure if this is in their permanent collection from e.l.f. just yet, or if they came back with it last summer and they just keep coming back with it periodically. However, you can use the e.l.f. Power Grip, the niacinamide version, or the regular version. They are both amazing primer. I find that some people use them wrong because you need to warm them up and then apply, and don't stop moisturizing this into your skin, because once you do, it goes tacky and you are primed. So you want to warm this up, put it on, smooth it over, and then start kind of tapping into your skin, making sure it is not feeling like there's anything on your skin other than a glow and a tack. You know what I mean? You want to feel bouncy, plump, hydrated, but you do not want to feel a layer of product. And do our eyebrows, and we're just going to let this sink in for about 5 minutes. This is my favorite eyebrow pencil at the drugstore. I don't think you need any other eyebrow pencil. This is the e.l.f. Precise Brow Pencil. Okay, the brows are on as best as they're going to be because, like I said, my brows have just not been it recently. I think I have to go get them done professionally and then remember how I like them. But this is what they're looking like so far. For brow gel, my favorite brow gel is the Super Lock from Maybelline. That is my favorite brow gel on the market. Like, there is nothing better. There are 2 brow gels on this earth that I consider my personal favorites, okay? We have number 1 is the 24-hour brow setter from Benefit. And now listen, like, I know that's not a drugstore product, so I'm not gonna use it. But number 2, I have two favorite brow products for gelling my brows down on this planet. And I wouldn't even say it's a number 1 and a number 2. It's a number 1 high-end, and I have 2 very ultra favorite brow gels on this planet. And I wouldn't say it's number 1 and number 2. I would just say it's number 1 and number 1. So, like, obviously number 1 is, on this side, is the 24-hour brow setter. But Super Lock from Maybelline, that is my favorite brow gel on this planet. It is so good. It is not flaky, not crusty, not really sticky, not really gloopy. It is so good, and it makes your eyebrows stay in place all day. With that being said, the Super Lock from Maybelline, mine is literally running out, but again, the best brow gel on the market. Like, literally makes your brows stay in place, not flaky, not goopy, not gross. It just is amazing. And my bottle is a little bit, I have to scrape the insides of my, and again, I am running out of this, so. Like, this literally will make your eyebrows stay in place for 24 hours. You don't need them to stay in place for that. You don't need them in place for that long, but you could have that if you needed it. And then I just take, like, and then I'm just gonna, cute. So now, by this time, your brows are all done and your skin is prepped, but I always go in with a little refreshing mist. This is my Make It Last by Maybelline, just over my face to give myself that refreshed feeling. It just feels so nice. And I'm gonna let this sit in just for a few seconds. So for foundation, I'm gonna go in with foundation, the Soft Glam e.l.f. foundation. It is so beautiful. I have it in the shade 20 Light Cool. So amazing. It wears beautifully. The finish is gorgeous. The coverage is gorgeous. This is just such a beautiful base for your makeup. Like, it is so good. And again, I have oily skin and it works wonderfully. Like, look at that coverage. So beautiful. I'm gonna go over with my sponge. This is also from e.l.f. For concealer today, I'm gonna go in with the shade Light Peach from e.l.f. This is like the best concealer at the drugstore. I also have another one that I want to share with you because it is also great. It's more of a matte full coverage formula. This is the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. I'm going to do a little bit for bright. Oh, she's bright. But I'm going to do a little for brightening in the inner corners there. I will say these concealers are more suitable for under eyes that have less creasing. They could be considered to be heavy on the under eyes. However, the hydrating one from e.l.f. always looks beautiful in my opinion. If your under eyes do crease a lot, I do recommend using just a tinier amount. Okay, so we're gonna go with some cream bronzer. I'm using the e.l.f. Putty Bronzer in the shade Tan Lines, which I absolutely love this bronzer. People do have mixed reviews on this bronzer, but I personally love it. You do just need to warm it up a tiny bit with your finger first and then apply like so. Just don't smudge it around, tap it on, and then blend with a blending brush and you will have no problems. You do have to build this bronzer up. It's a little bit on the less pigmented side, which I don't mind actually when it comes to bronzers because you don't want it to be too pigmented off the bat. Put the rest that's on my finger on my nose. Before I go in with my blush, I am going to contour a little bit. Usually I would do this first, but I honestly forgot that I had this. This is the e.l.f. Halo Glow Wand, and this is the contour shade in the shade Light, and this is an actual contour shade, which I appreciate so much. I honestly love a contour, like an actual cool tone contour. I put way too much on. These are, oh my god. Let me fix this. Oh my god. I'm using the shade Suave Mauve from e.l.f. These blushes are just so good. As you can see, they're very pigmented. They blend out super nice and easy, can work on so many skin tones, and they melt into other products like butter. This is what our base is looking like. I'm going to take a little bit of our concealer here and just go under our cheekbones to cut everything. Guys, and I've been baking it a little bit differently recently because I've seen it on TikTok and I've really been liking the way it's turning out. So I'm going to take my pressed powder and my powder puff and first set my under eye. Now that is all set with the pressed powder, I am going to take a little bit of the Fit Me loose powder. Again, great combo. The loose powder, this pressed powder, both of these are amazing and affordable. They often go on sale as well. I take my powder puff, which you can also get at the drugstore, and just pat it off, make sure it's even. I'm taking a brush and wiping everything away now that we're super powdered. Looking super, super matte. We need to get some hydration back into the skin. We're gonna use some Milani Make It Last. I'm working so much, you guys, recently that it's like, it's hard to stay motivated and do literally anything. other than go to work, come home, sleep, go to work, come home, and sleep. So that's why I also haven't posted on like real video in 5 days. I've done some shorts, but that's not where my priorities lie. I love a long form content video, and now tomorrow's my day off, so I'm gonna film one now and edit it and post it tomorrow, or maybe even tonight, depending on if I'm done or not. We shall see. But I'm gonna go in with the classic butter bronzer on this brush from Morphe, and we are going to bronze this face up, bring some life back into it. This bronzer has the most beautiful formula, but why is it so expensive? Damn, I go to the store in like even in 2020, this wasn't that expensive. But I don't know what's going on with Physicians Formula, but girl, no. I'm putting it on my nose too, because this is one of those bronzers where I put it everywhere. I don't know where my headband went. This is another day of me losing my headband, and it's making me lose it. Like, literally go insane. I lose this headband so often, I don't know where it is. I literally don't know. And I can't keep track of it for more than 2 days. For blush today, I'm using Berry Amour from Milani. Like, that's a drugstore blush. Are you kidding me? Next, we're gonna go in with our eyes. For our eyes, you don't need to spend a bunch of money on an eyeshadow palette. You can just use the stuff that you have at home. So like your bronzer that we just put on, we can use that as an eyeshadow. It's a perfect transition shade just for any natural look, which we're going to throw this on. I'm going to take the lightest color in this little bite-sized eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. These are amazing because they come in so many different color stories, and they're literally $3 Canadian. How do you beat that? Literally how? You can't. And the shadows are such good quality for it being literally $3. Okay. We're all blended out with a transition. I think I'm gonna try and find another shadow palette that I have. I don't really have a lot of eyeshadow palettes from the drugstore just because I always was a Morphe girl. Like, I found that I could just get them in a Morphe palette, but I do have 2 on hand right now. So this is the Nudes of New York from Maybelline, which is a really cute warm tone palette. You have a few shimmers, you have some mattes, you know, cute palette. Don't even know if you can actually buy this anymore, but if you can, it's a good palette from the drugstore. I just find that the eyeshadow game at the drugstore is not that good unless it's like e.l.f. Like, e.l.f. has the best shadows at the drugstore in my opinion. NYX are good too, but I find that they're outdated. Again, Maybelline, I also don't find that up to date. I feel like they're not really focusing on eyeshadow anymore. There's really not that need for it. I also have this shadow. Like, this is so 2017 to me. This palette is from Rimmel. It's called the Magnifies Spice Edition palette from Rimmel London. Like, I like these shades. I don't really think I'd use anything past here and down. Like, it's just not for me. But it could be for someone out there. If you like this palette, you can get it from the drugstore. But I think I'm gonna go in with just a little bit of this one called Literally, I think it's called Heroin. On a really tiny blending brush, I'm gonna take this shade Voyager. It's like this reddy purple brown, and I'm gonna go on the outer corners. There was a brief intermission. My grandma did call me, so I'll let you know what I did. I lined my eyes with this e.l.f. Smoky Kohl eyeliner, and I'm gonna put this on my waterline as well. Oh, this is in the shade Brownie Points. I thought I heard my dog yelp. So added a little bit of this Pacifica blush to top my blush that I was wearing. This is in the shade Bronzed Rose. It's the duo, which I absolutely love. It's kind of just this berry toned like shimmer, and it's so beautiful. And I just did it on like the high points of my cheeks and my nose. But I am gonna contour my nose now. I do not know what I'm gonna use because usually I use my Anastasia palette, and that's kind of like full stop what I use, but I'm sure I can find some sort of shade to contour with. This is all warm, so not that. I don't have any contour powder from the drugstore. Not saying there aren't any out there, because there is one that I used to have that was perfect for contour. It was a Physicians Formula 3-pack of powder, and it was like a palette. I'll put a picture up right here. So good. Like, I had it for years. I don't know, I probably still have it somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. Like, I don't know where it is right now in this moment, because I would use that if I knew. I'm so excited to eat. Like, I know it's only like, I don't even know what time it is. It's probably only like 5 p.m. But that's early enough for me for dinner. I go to bed at 9, so that, I would love a 5 p.m. dinner. I'm such an early bird when it comes to like, I feel like an old person. I'm such an early bird. Like, I eat dinner at like 5 p.m. I go to bed at 9. I'm up for 6:30. Like, I don't know what it is about me where I'm like, I am an early bird catches the worm kind of gal. and I love it. I wouldn't change it for anything. The nose contour is all done. I'm going to add my fake freckles using that same bite-sized eyeshadow palette from e.l.f. I'm just using the brown in it and going very light-handed on a very, very, very precise tip of this brush. It is so windy outside, you guys. Like, I am so excited to not go to work tomorrow, which sounds crazy because obviously I like working at my job. However, it's like when I wake up in the morning, because I wake up again super early, I love hearing the wind and then looking outside, it being dark. I'm refreshed and awake. I can have my coffee in literal, actual silence. I want to post like a morning routine with me or like spend the day with me type of video, and tomorrow will be a perfect day for it. Done with our freckles. These are what they're looking like. I'm going to do a little reinforcement on my mole over here. Spiced palette and take a few of the orangier shades, and I'm going to do freckles in between, so maybe like this one here, and do like little freckles in between the dark freckles to just give that more natural effect, because not all freckles are the same color. I can't use my beloved Tempora shade from my Soft Glam palette or my Modern Renaissance palette. I'm going to take this white shade and on this tiny brush and hope that it suffices. A lot more glittery, but it's doing the job. I'm gonna hit myself. I'm gonna do a little more setting spray because I need to melt this in, but I want to show you what we're looking like up close. Like, you can literally achieve the most beautiful, gorgeous look through drugstore makeup. You really do not need to get expensive makeup if you A, can't afford it, don't want to afford it, you forgot your makeup kit and you have to buy it from a drugstore. So you do not need to buy expensive makeup anymore because this is a crazy full face of drugstore. Are you kidding? Like, look at how beautiful it looks. And like, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many more brands, so many more products that I could show you at the drugstore for every skin type, every skin tone. Everything is so advanced at the drugstore now that you don't need to buy a $60 foundation and $30 lip gloss. You could go to the drugstore and get a full face for, still it's going to cost you like $100 and something. However, you don't need to spend a crazy amount of money. Like, even $100 is pretty expensive. You can double up on product use. So like, get an eyeshadow palette and use it for your blush, bronzer, contour, eyebrows, even eyeliner, you know, that kind of thing, highlighter. It doesn't need to be like every step needs its own product, which I love. So I'm going to go in with an iconic lip liner. This is the shade Cappuccino from Rimmel. This is such an iconic lip pencil. It is a cool tone brown, beautiful with every lip combo. My eyes are leaning a little warm, so I'm going to fill my lips with NYX pencil and Cold Brew, and I'm going to just go over this just to warm up the lip a little bit. Formula-wise, I love all of the NYX lip pencils. My favorite NYX pencils are the Line Loud lip pencils. They're very, very creamy, very beautiful. They are that sharpen mechanism. These pencils are a little more dry, a little harder to work with, but still beautiful in the end. So this is the Milani lipstick. I have it in the shade 410 Pleasure. This has been my go-to lip color for so long, you guys. They're affordable, creamy, pigmented, beautiful. And you could leave it matte because look at how beautiful that is. But I am a gloss girl at the end of the day. So I'm going to take this little splash of cream, fat oil from NYX, which I also love. I'm going to dab this in the middle. Not sticky, glossy, beautiful. Smells amazing. They have the same scent almost as the Fat Cheeks, if you've ever used those. For lashes, so many good drugstore options again, you guys. Love drugstore mascaras, like absolutely love drugstore mascaras, but I am going to go in with my favorite drugstore mascara, Fashion Sensational from Maybelline. Maybelline is like the top tier when it comes to mascaras. Absolutely freaking love it. As I finish up here, I just want to say thank you to everyone who's watching or subscribed to me, because it means so much that there's actually somebody out there watching my content, watching what I make, because I put hours and hours and hours and literal hours into these videos that I make, and literally getting one like, one comment, one view, one subscriber means the entire world to me. Like, I cannot even tell you how happy I am. I have 31 subscribers, but that is insane because I only had 9 like 3 weeks ago, which is insane. And I'm so grateful and so happy that there's actually people who like to watch my videos and like to come hang out with me, because I get so bored all by myself and it's kind of fun to just hang out and chill, talk about makeup, because I know there's people out there who who also feel the same way about makeup as me. It's very evident with all of the stuff going on online with like TikTok and just, you know, influencers and content creators, whatever you are in general. Like, I just like having someone out there that's as passionate as me for makeup, if that makes sense. Like, watching people talk about makeup and listening to people talk about makeup and being so passionate about makeup is so awesome, and that there's a community out there that, you know, enjoys it as much as me, because I feel like a psychopath with like millions of pounds of makeup at my home, and people, you know, are like, you're crazy, why would you spend that money on that makeup? It's because I enjoy it, but it's like not everybody gets that, and I understand that everyone has their different hobbies and such, but it's like finding the right community to talk about it to. I did get a little in there. We gotta fix that really quick. And getting to teach people about makeup and, you know, helping them find makeup that's best suits them and their, you know, financials and like their face, their preferences, their skin types is like my favorite thing in the world. Doing someone's makeup and seeing their face at the end is my favorite thing in the world. Like, making people feel beautiful is my favorite. The fact that there's 31 people subscribed to my YouTube channel, it sounds so microscopic in the grand scheme of things, but it is the biggest accomplishment that I have going for me right now. I am so proud of it. I love my YouTube channel. I love everyone who comes in and tunes in to watch. You found me from, it doesn't matter if it's from Reels, TikToks, Shorts, whatever you found me from. I am so happy that you were here and so happy that you made it to the end of this video, because this is the full face of drugstore products. Mine, the little fuck up I made in my inner corner, I got mascara on it. I love it. I've always known that drugstore makeup is bomb as hell, but sometimes it's hard when you walk in and you're faced with like millions of products. You have no idea where to start. These are the top tier, and I know this makeup is going to wear completely and utterly well. This is going to outstand and outlast my oily ass skin, because I've tried these products, I've used these products, and they work beautifully. So again, thank you for making it to the end of this video. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, comment, whatever you want to see next, because I am down to do whatever. I like lifestyle videos, I love makeup, I love fashion, you know, whatever you want to see, let me know. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video. Love you, bye.